morning, world.
Good morning.
Hey, Cedric, you look trimmed up.
Oh, yeah. I've been working a little bit, trying to get the beard game strong, coming up for summer.
You got a little ways to go.
Yes, your beard's a lot stronger than mine.
I noticed yours is a little less white, though. How did that happen?
I don't know what you mean.
You getting younger?
Yes, I am Benjamin Buttons. I'm going reverse. But we both, you stopped shaving way before I did.
Yeah, I just trim up. I always need a good razor to trim. And for those of you who don't watch the Daily Wire, we have a treat for you today.
Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. Harry's razors and even Gillette have kind of gone woke. So the Daily Wire has their own take on it, and it's really good. For those of you who've seen it, watch it with us, because you know us. We're going to stop and talk. So if you want to watch the commercial unedited, look it up on YouTube. That's what we did.
Yes, Jeremy Boring. He's the co-CEO along with Ben Shapiro.
And we met him.
Yes.
You got to meet Jeremy while we were there.
Yes, I remember I said I want to get my hand into his, was it a cigar stash or his wine?
Yeah, he had a humidor and nice cigars.
Yes, so I was going to take one of his cigars that didn't go over very well with him.
They wouldn't allow that. But, you know, something about the Daily Wire and why we watch them?
Why is that?
Because they're always prepared. Are you prepared?
Like Brian says, are you prepared? Do you have enough food, water, and other essentials to get you through tough times? If not, check out My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's #1 preparedness company, and they've served millions of American families just like yours. Right now, you can save 25% off their popular 4-week emergency food kit, which will keep you well fed for 4 weeks worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. This food stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. In fact, you may need it a lot sooner than that.
So don't wait. Go to www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com. At www.preparewithcedricandbrian.com.
Okay, this commercial was fun. It was lighthearted.
It's better than I thought it would be. This shows you that Daily Wire, who's now getting into the entertainment business. Yeah. Those of you who didn't see it, I don't think Cedric's still seen it, but it was called Run, Hide, Fight, or Run, Fight, Hide. Right. I can't remember, but it was a Daily Wire. They bought the rights to it, and they released it. Those of you who watched 1883, which I just got finished with, which was a great series from the makers of Yellowstone, the actress in that, if you've watched that, go back and watch Run, Hide, Fight, because it was the same actress, the blonde girl.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Lightning with the yellow hair.
Okay, awesome.
You'll get that as soon as you watch 1883.
Okay.
All right?
Well, I know a lot of you out there, you put a lot of thought into where you put your dollars, your hard-earned dollars, where you spend it. You want to support people who have your same principles and morals and ethics. And it's so weird that you have to think about a razor company. Because like you said earlier, Gillette, the best a man can get.
Yeah, and then Harry's, who you'd see them in, I think they have a whole display like in Target. Yeah. You think, okay, these are manly products here. And then what happens? Yeah. What happens? You find out that they're given to organizations that really don't support your values. So, should we get into this?
Let's get into it. Should be fun.
I think, I am reviewing something, so I'm going to have to put the hat on backwards.
This is your review style?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's just me.
And just to piggyback, these razors, I think they are meant for not only white people, but for black people as well. I'm kind of piggybacking our last few videos where there's so much separation. Get the black razor.
What is a black person?
I don't even know what a woman is.
You're supposed to tell me you don't know because you're not a biologist.
Yes.
All right, before we do that, let's set the mood. I think I have a light on that should be off. There we go. That's better. Let's get in theater mode.
Wow.
And let's see what we got. All right, first off, that is not the car he got out of when we met him.
No, it's not.
Because if it was, I would have noticed.
I think that's the actual office, though.
It could be. Yeah, it looks like it.
I think it's the actual office that we went to. Yeah.
And so Jeremy Boring is known as the God King.
Yes.
Do you remember when there were 2 genders and only 1.5 of them had to shave their mustaches? Oh, hi.
Okay. I don't even think I caught that the first time I watched it.
The guy in the background?
No. There was 2 genders, and only one and a half of them had...
Yes. I caught that right away.
Oh, sorry. Okay. We won't stop that much. Yeah, right.
Shave their mustaches. Oh, hi. I'm Jeremy Boring, CEO and God King of the Daily Wire. Harry's Razors used to advertise on our shows. They're a great product, and we were happy to do it. That's before some peon who works for me went and said that boys are boys and girls are girls. And that was just too much for Harry's.
I'm just guessing, but I think the girl in red is a girl.
If she's not, she's passing it off very well.
Yeah.
I thought you were stopping to talk about the peon.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, you mentioned the peon. Go ahead.
The peon, as you can see, a lot of this stuff is tongue-in-cheek. And again, as Brian said earlier, we had a chance to meet Jeremy Boring. And along with Ben Shapiro, they're both co-CEOs of the Daily Wire. His sense of humor is on point.
Yeah.
It's very dry, but it's very funny. And you can see a lot of that along with Matt Walsh. They just have very dry, almost self-deprecating humor that just hits. So he's talking about the peon.
Oh, you'll see in a minute.
But you forget that? Okay, we'll wait for that.
Who was another gentleman we met, too.
Happy to do it. That's before some peon who works for me went and said that boys are boys and girls are girls. And that was just too much for Harry's. They condemn...
So for those who don't recognize it, the guy he left hanging there is Michael Knowles. And the nicest guy. Yeah. He was so nice.
And if you don't see it there right at Michael's right hand, there is a walrus. And I think one of his co-buddies, Matt Walsh, wrote a book called Johnny the Walrus. If you haven't read that book, it's a children's book that's aimed toward transgenderism.
Yeah.
For Harry's. They condemned our views. Views held by millions of Americans and virtually every human who's walked the planet until about 15 minutes ago as inexcusable. And they dropped their ads from our network because of what they called values misalignment. You're damn right our values are misaligned. And it's not just Harry's either. Gillette razors used to be the best a man could get. Then they decided that men are too toxic. Unless you're the kind of man who teaches his daughter to shave her beard. If that makes sense to you, keep buying Gillette.
There's Johnny the Walrus right there, man.
But if you've had enough of the woke bullshit, and you're tired of paying companies like Harry's and Gillette to hate you, then buy my new razor instead.
Was I supposed to be looking at the fire?
Right. Behold, Jeremy's razors. Yes, they're real. Yes, they're fabulous. But Jeremy, you say?
You talked about that earlier on. We were talking about...
I'm sorry, I still just see the two girls there. Okay.
It's a real product? I think it is, because I think he just recently had an interview with Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Where they talked about the razor coming out and the inception of it. But it's like a razor of all things. What man hasn't taken his son into the bathroom and said, okay, son, this is how you shave. But then now it's all woke now with all these other companies, Harry's and Gillette.
Now, did you ever find it funny, though? I mean, obviously, women shave their legs, shave their armpits if you're lucky.
Some shave their mustache.
Usually they wax that. But it's funny how we've separated into men's and women's razors when they pretty much do the same thing.
They do the same thing.
Yeah, But women have had their own razors for a long time. That's why I thought Harry's was in Gillette and stuff. They branded one way, and then the women's would come out with their brand. But then to have a man's, quote unquote, man's razor, then all of a sudden go woke. And I like the reference he had, teaching his daughter how to shave. Mm-hmm. So anyway, clever stuff. But I like that. Shut up and shave.
Behold, Jeremy's razors. Yes, they're real. Yes, they're fabulous. But Jeremy, you say, you're a svelte silver fox with a salt and pepper beard that's the envy of lesser men. You're damn right I am. And I want to be clear that shaving with a Jeremy's razor won't actually make you look more like me.
You're giving me fierce.
Can you back it up just a little bit? Because I think he was talking about he's being a slick silver fox with the beard that most people envy, as opposed to a guy who isn't, who is his co-CEO. And I think he's poking fun at Ben Shapiro in that one segment there.
Ben probably can't grow a beard. That's why he's got that baby face.
I'm right, I am. And I want to be clear that shaving with a Jeremy's razor won't actually make you look more like me.
You're giving me fierce. You're giving me power.
Could make you look more like this guy, though. And that's the most homoerotic moment you'll ever get from a Jeremy's Razor commercial. What kind of man shaves with a Jeremy's Razor? I don't know. How about cowboys, firefighters, those guys that shot Osama bin Laden? I mean, no, none of those guys have ever even heard of a Jeremy's Razor, but imagine how much more manly they'd be if they had.
Is that Knowles?
I think that was. I couldn't tell. I think that was Knowles. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Maybe not. It would have been funny if they did put Knowles there.
Right now, you're probably wondering if this whole thing is a joke. Sure it is. But that doesn't mean it isn't real, or that it won't be the best shave of your life. Harry's Razors doesn't want your business. I do. They seem to hate you, and I can't say that I love you, but I don't mean you any specific harm.
You touched on that. So now you have me wondering, is this a real product?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Wow. Is this a real product?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Jeremy's Razors.
We need to find out if Jeremy's is going to be. They said they're going to start creating businesses that compete with the ones that are going woke.
Okay.
Just pause here for a minute.
No, let's keep it going.
Well, I can't say that I love you, but I don't mean you any specific harm. Our country's in trouble. Conservatives are being canceled by Hollywood, the media, universities, and now Harry's Razors. Stop giving your money to woke corporations who don't think you deserve their product. Give it to me instead.
Head over to IHateHarrys.com and pre-order your Founders Series razor and shaving cream set today.
Look right now, IHateHarrys.com. We'll see if it's an actual razor.
Well, it's Brian's
You
looking at
talk
it
while
up.
I look this up.
Yeah, Brian's looking that up. I think this is great what they're doing. If it's real, we need to go back to there's nothing wrong with being masculine, and we've done so much in this country to take away toxic masculinity, and shaving was that last Sebastian, the place where you can go to shave. And like men would take their sons or their nephews and say, "Come on, son, I'm gonna teach you how to shave." But now the woke crowd is saying, "Well, no, that's exposing too much toxic masculinity. Let's not shave." Like you were saying earlier, women shave, but they have the cute little pink handle that curved more and stuff to make it more. It's out.
You can order. They actually came out with a razor.
That is awesome.
Pre-order Founder Series razor, shaving cream, and wow, look at that.
That's awesome.
I guess you can buy them. We're gonna have to do that.
I have to do that. We're probably asking, so Cedric and Brian, this isn't your normal talking about what's going on in the world. It can be exhausting. I've had several people that I've reached out to via email, like old subscribers or former subscribers. They still subscribe, but they've reached out to us and said, "You know what, you guys, I haven't left you. I haven't left anyone, but every time you turn around, the news is just so full of stuff." So every now and then, Brian and I always want to mix it up and put something out lighthearted to give you a break from all the crap that's going on in the world about, well, what is a woman, and is she a woman, and I'm not a biologist, and all that other stuff. So we thought it'd be fun to kind of highlight this commercial and give you another product that you can spend your hard-earned money on that's not going to go woke on you.
So there was another thing that I don't know if Cedric wants to bring up, where that little Instagram spat you're in with some of you know.
Yeah, it's a.
But it had to do with basically the question that was Senator Blackburn.
Yeah, Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee.
So just asked, what is Ketanji Jackson, Brown Jackson, what is a woman? And I'm sure you've seen this. It's gone viral. She said, "I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm not a biologist." So Cedric just put that on our Instagram, and he had a little back and forth with one of his friends.
Yeah, it was a little back and forth, and because the point he made that it was a dumb question, and it was insulting to her to ask that question. And I said nothing can be further from the truth. I said we've been bamboozled, we've been duped into thinking anytime you ask the question why, it's either racist or sexist or some other ist. And they said, well, don't ask that, because if you ask that, that's degrading to that person. Marsha Blackburn did what every good, I'll say, lawyer does. She asked a question she already knew the answer to. It was just her way of setting up Ketanji Brown Jackson and saying, I want to show the world just how far left you've gone, because you keep hiding behind, you keep ducking it. So now your answers to this question is going to show everyone just how woke you are. Does she know the answer? Absolutely.
Right.
Harvard Law School?
But she's kind of stuck.
Right.
Because she was basically put there because she's going to be a progressive judge.
Right.
Which we shouldn't even have. That shouldn't even be a definition. It's supposed to be a constitutional judge. Uphold the Constitution as written, not this living document that the left always wants to keep creating. So this was a great way for somebody to call you out and say, look, and it got the desired effect, because now it's hit mainstream with all the memes and all the people like us talking about it. And, if I were to ask a child or someone of your students, I think it was Matt Walsh said his daughter, I know she's young, when he asked it, his daughter said, well, that's dumb. Of course I know. They have lady parts.
There it is.
Easy.
End of discussion.
I know.
In discussion. So yeah, people would like they got on me and they say, well, it was degrading to ask Ketanji Brown Jackson that question. I said it wasn't degrading. It wasn't insulting women. Matter of fact, it was edifying women and lifting them up and saying, what is a woman? And I joked, because being the smartass that I am, I'm saying Joe Biden went out and said, I'm going to hire a black woman for this part. It's like, well, if she doesn't know what a woman is, how does she know if she even qualifies? Yeah. Because she doesn't even know what half her qualifications are.
And then Cedric had an idea to do on a man on the street, which we haven't done in a while, to go out and say, what is a woman? And if somebody tried to give an answer kind of like Ketanji Brown, if we found somebody like that, then his follow-up was going to be, okay, what is a black person? What is a white person? And if they can tell you that, because obviously we'd both be there, they say, well, you're a black person and I'm a white person. Well, how do you know that? Well, I can see. Okay, well, what is a woman?
It's all silly. And I know that a lot of people on the left, they get mad or they get upset when they ask the question. And my thing is, I don't know why they're getting mad. And I was even trying to explain to my friend, I said, archaeologists can go back 2,500 years and dig up the bones and remains of people and look at the hip structure and the contour of the bones and things like that and tell this person, although they've been dead for 2,500 years, this was a woman and this was a man. Why can't we do it now?
Yeah, I know.
It's a damn shame.
Damn shame.
But I'd say it was a good banter back and forth. And I think I opened up my comment with, okay, I'll play along.
Now, was that your personal or the Cedric and Brian Instagram?
That was my personal.
Okay.
That was my personal.
I don't know if you want to give people the link to that so they can see the conversation.
Maybe I'll copy
you. Yeah, copy and paste.
I'll copy and paste it.
Well, you know what? We'll put it on our. If you can, we'll either put it on our other Instagram,
okay,
or I can try to add it to our website.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll figure it out, because it was a good conversation, and at least it was two adult men. They didn't get into name calling. They were very calm, which was good to see, and that's what we need to see more of instead of just canceling people. Because guess what? People are still getting kicked off of Twitter, getting kicked off of Instagram, all of these platforms. YouTube, we know, just for having a different opinion, which is silly. And this is the right way to do it. So Jeremy's not going out and saying we need to boycott Harry's. He's just saying, look, I've got a better product, and it's a razor. It shaves. They all work, right?
Yes.
But look, support people that agree with your worldview instead of people that are trying to cancel you or shaming you for not being woke enough. So this is the way to go.
Yeah. And like Brian was saying, about me and my friend, after the back and forth we ended with, we're a mutual agreement. He said, hey, when are you going to come over for a whiskey and a cigar? So it was just two guys having a discussion. I mean, I was right. Obviously, that's neither here nor there.
I get a lot of that. He's always right.
That's neither here nor there. But we had some good dialogue, and so it was good.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, before I get this, because I'm still feeling a little tender, I'm still feeling a little sensitive from all the attacks that I got from Joyner Lucas's I'm not racist. So I don't know if Jeremy is going to have a razor specifically for black men or people of color. I haven't gone that far yet, but if you're gonna shave, make sure. The thing I did a long time ago, I went to a shave shop, and what I used to do as a young kid, I would shave and don't go against the grain, especially if you're a person of color, because our hair kind of curls like this, and so when you shave it, it curls back into the skin, thus causing razor bumps. So don't go against the grain, go with the grain. So I would shave, and then when I was done, I would just keep shaving. What you want to do is relather. That's the best thing you want to do. While it's still hot, relather, and let the blade do the work. Don't dig in, anything like this. Let the blade just do the work and smoothly go down. So there it is, shaving tips from Cedric and Brian. And Jeremy, if you're listening, needs to be spokespersons, let us know.
And then I haven't used an actual bladed razor. I use an electric one.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I don't use much, but when I'm trimming under the neck, I found this one. It almost looks like a razor, but it's electric.
Yeah.
And it's a good trimmer, and you can use it on other parts of your body, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't shave. I use electric razor down on my neck and stuff, but I like the beard look. It's took me a while to get on board with it, but
Yeah.
I like it. It's good stuff.
You know.
So anyway, so let us know if any of the companies out there that are woke. Tell me if you guys are going to try Jeremy's razors to see if you like it. And again, here in Southern California, the wokest of all woke companies is Disneyland, but people still go there.
It's the wokest place on earth.
Yes, and the Wokey Mouse and all that stuff there. But let us know if any other small mom and pop companies out there that you guys patronize. Anything else?
Well said. Nope.
Okay.
I think that's it. We just wanted to give you a break from all of the transgender and black and white issues.
Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and share our channel with everyone you know. And until you see us again, continue being good to each other. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. See you.